Where's my candle? Can you see my candle? I have a candle going. Okay, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to November's TBR video. You guys seem to really enjoy doing the ones where I post on my Instagram story and I put emojis on the books, but they're covered. You don't know what books they are, but you can kind of guess or use some context clues with the emojis that I do, and you can kind of pick and base off of that. So I've been getting a lot of DMs of you guys trying to guess what books are underneath, so obviously in today's video I'm going to tell you which books were under each emoji and what emoji correlates to what book, which one won. I've also been getting a lot of DMs that you guys really enjoy doing these. You get so excited at the end of the month or beginning of the month to participate on these stories, and that's why I love doing it. I like getting your guys' input on the books I should read, even though it's kind of almost anonymous and you guys don't know. But if you use the right context clues, you definitely can figure out at least some of the books. Some of them I feel like I got spot on, some of them a little iffy, but I feel like the DMs I was getting of you guys guessing, you got like a good amount of them. So we're gonna get right into it, but before we do, I have a really special haul to give you guys, and I want to thank Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. You guys know, if you watch any of my videos, I'm always in Ana Luisa jewelry. I wear my jewelry all day every day. I'm not even kidding. I shower with them, I sleep with it. Ana Luisa is my favorite jewelry brand. I got a lot of new pieces that I've added on to my everyday jewelry. I wear the same Ana Luisa necklaces every single day. It's the regular block gold one and the C initial you guys have definitely seen in like all of my videos and all of my posts, but I've added on this beautiful necklace. It's a little small diamond on a gold chain. I just feel like it's so dainty but also so elegant and so cute, and I feel like it makes the perfect little stack. I love stacking necklaces, but I don't like chunky ones. They have perfect options for like what I like to do with my necklaces, but they have so many options on their website. They have gold and silver and colorful ones and big chunky ones, but also like small dainty ones, and they have so many options for anybody that likes jewelry and anything that you guys like in your jewelry. They definitely have necklaces, rings, bracelets, earrings. They have the whole nine, and since we're nearing the holiday season, it is the perfect time. If you know anyone that loves jewelry, to shop on Ana Luisa. You can gift it to your friends, your mom, your family members, loved ones, literally anyone. I think it's the perfect place for jewelry and shopping for gifts for the holiday season that's coming really soon. I know I'm gonna be shopping on there for my friends and family, getting them some fun jewelry. Some other pieces that I got a few bracelets this time. I have this gold chunky one. This one's I think my favorite, and it almost feels like a watch band. I like how the band is thick and it's also kind of like plain, but it looks really cool on. And next to it I have this little pearl one with a little, it looks like a little flower. It's gold and pearls, and you guys know when I talk about Ana Luisa, I always have like a pearl necklace, a pearl earring, something pearls, and I don't know why I love pearls so much. So this one is one of my new favorites, and I think the both of them next to each other just look really sweet and really cute, and I love them so much. I also got rings this time. These ones I wanted to get kind of dainty ones. Like I said, I love dainty jewelry, so one of the ones I got is this like silver diamond one. It's very thin, but you can see it that it's kind of sparkly, and I think that's really cute. I don't like anything too big, but I have this one, and then I got a gold plain band, and what I like is you can actually try to like stack them if you want to. You can put them on top of each other, or you can put them on separate hands like so, separate fingers. And I like to mix metals with my rings. I feel like I always wear gold jewelry everywhere, but like mixing metals with my rings I think is kind of fun. I have a silver hand and a gold hand. And then of course my everyday earrings. I actually got a new one that I've been wearing pretty recently every day. I never, I'm not even kidding, take off any of my jewelry. Other than my rings I take off, but my bracelets, necklaces, earrings, like I shower with them. They do not tarnish, which is one of my favorite things about Ana Luisa, because one, kind of lazy, two, I just like, I'm impatient, and I just like to keep my jewelry on with anything I do, and I love that they don't tarnish because you can wear them all day every day and nothing will happen, nothing will get ruined. They just are made with such nice material and such nice quality. I have these little huggies in the back of the earrings that I wear every day, but my new ones are these gold ones in the front, and they kind of have a twist going on with them, which I like that it's like a small little fun detail, but they just look like little hoops in my ears, and they're obviously gold, but I like that they have a little twist going on in them. And again, I love them because they're high quality, but they're also really affordable, and they also care about the planet. Their packaging is carbon neutral. From like packaging to products are all carbon neutral, so the packaging I actually keep all the time. They are just gold little metal clasps that just close, and you can use them to travel. I keep these because again, you could use them for like other things and like holding your jewelry, so every time I get a piece of jewelry from Ana Luisa I keep these with me, and they're different sizes, so you can obviously put some stuff back in here and keep your jewelry safe. And of course their designs are unique. There's something for everyone. Like I said, it'll make you feel your best, empowered, elegant, beautiful, like literally whatever you feel like you like in jewelry, Ana Luisa definitely has for you. If you guys are interested, there's a link in my description you guys can click and you can check out Ana Luisa, and you can get up to 30% off the jewelry, which is such a steal. Again, holiday season is coming. It is the perfect time to use this deal. Buy some stuff for yourself, gift yourself, or gift your loved ones, your friends, literally anyone. It is the perfect gift for anyone, even yourself. So thank you, Ana Luisa. I'm so excited. You guys know how much I love my everyday jewelry. The first one on the left, we have a scary emoji and a fire, and then on the right we have a sword and also a fire. These emojis are pretty similar because they have kind of like the same names. They have the same word in the title. The one on the left is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I don't remember where I saw this, but I know my friend read it and she's been begging me me and begging me and my friends to read this for so long. She gave it such a high rating, and I've been really intrigued in this story and this whole thing. I don't really know too much what it's about. Oh, there's dragons in here as well. So if you like Fourth Wing and you like the dragons part, there's dragons in here. I'm not too sure, but I know this is a fantasy. I think there's a romance in here, and again, I heard it's really good. So I definitely want to get to this eventually. I've been meaning to get to it, but I wanted to put it on my TBR. This was the one that was on the left, and then the one on the right, I actually had to draw my own little square rectangle. It is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. It's the second in the Fourth Wing. I think it's gonna be a long series, but I honestly wasn't gonna put this on my TBR for November. I know everyone's excited to get it and read it, but I wanted to see everyone's kind of opinions on it and get their reactions to it, because Fourth Wing's not my favorite book, and I know it's a very anticipated release that's coming out, so I wanted to wait and let everyone that's obsessed with it and is so excited to read it to get their reactions to it almost. But that was the one that was on the right. I mean, it's coming out in a few days, so maybe I'll get it, and I wanted to see if maybe I should put it on my TBR, so that's why I asked you guys. So the book on the left got 37% and the book on the right got 63%, which actually makes Iron Flame our winner. I don't have it yet. I did not pre-order it, so I'm hoping I could somehow get it, because last time when Fourth Wing came out, I was lucky enough to get it before it completely sold out and you just could not get it anywhere. So when it comes out, we'll see if I end up getting it, but that is the first book on our TBR. I gave Fourth Wing I think like 4 stars, so I am excited to get to this one eventually. I just really want to see what everyone thinks about it, so maybe I'll read it towards the end of the month after I get some first impressions from some people. You will see there's a theme here of books that I just don't have yet, but I want to put on my TBR, which is just like our next one. The next 2 books both coming out this month. So the one on the left is a purple heart and a chess piece, and the one on the right is a pink heart and a little popcorn emoji. The one on the left is Check and Mate. This is her new YA book that's coming out. I think it's just like a romance. I don't know too much of what it's about, but I do enjoy Lynn Painter's writing, so I wanted to put it on my TBR. That was the one that was on the left, and the one that's on the right, I think it's called Betting on You. And I put popcorn because on the cover, the first little picture of the cartoon couple or the cartoon characters, he's throwing popcorn at her and they have popcorn in their lap, so I just put a little popcorn emoji. But I love the cover of both of these books. I think they are so cute. I think this one is also a romance obviously, but I think, is it also YA? I think maybe both of them are YA. So the left got 53% and the right got 47%. This one was a close one, but a lot of you were replying to this one and saying you had an inkling the one on the left was Check and Mate, because the chess piece kind of gives it away. But again, they both come out this month. I think Check and Mate comes out sooner. I honestly don't know the release dates to some of these books, but Check and Mate has won. I honestly was so excited to read this one when it comes out. I really, not that I wanted this one to win, I wanted either one of them to win, but I really wanted to read Check and Mate. I'm really excited for both of these to come out. But our second book that has won for the month of November is Check and Mate. We have no books to show on my pile that I usually have, but soon we will, because I have some books that I actually have. Okay, so the book on the left, the emojis were a rose and swords kind of crossing over each other, and the one on the right was another sword, just a regular one, and a flame heart emoji. So these two were also kind of similar. I didn't really know what emojis to put for the one on the right, you guys will see. In my head, I thought these would make sense, but the one on the left makes more sense. This one is a returning TBR book, because the books from last month, I think I only read one from the TBR video. I got really immersed in the Throne of Glass series, so I didn't get to a lot of the ones that we chose last month, but the one on the left was These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I really wanted to read this because I went to Stephanie Garber's book signing and Chloe Gong was there, and I wanted to read this before I went so I could like be excited. I've read one of her books and now I'm like seeing her in person, but I never ended up doing it. But I really want to start this series. You'll see I want to get into more series. I feel like I've tried to complete ones that I started this year, and I went through Throne of Glass, and it's kind of inspired me to want to get through more series, which maybe I shouldn't start new series, but I really want to. So there's a sword right in the middle and then there's roses, so I feel like the emojis I put for this one kind of makes sense. But the one on the right, I don't really know if it makes complete sense, but it's These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. I just recently bought this and I don't know too much of what it's about. I know there's, obviously you could tell on the cover, there's 2 main guy characters and then our main girl character, and I think it's giving love triangle. I don't really know too much, but after I said that I bought this, a lot of people were commenting on that video saying that they love this book and that they think I would enjoy it, so I really wanted to put it on my TBR. Obviously I don't know which one won, but I do want to read this eventually. I put the sword, or the sword, because she is holding a sword, and then I put the heart flames because I'm assuming there's like a romance between the 3 of them, like I said, so that emoji just made sense to me. I don't really know, but these are the 2 that were against each other. This one was really close. So the left got 51% and the right got 49%, so we're off by like 2% here. So the left has won, which is These Violent Delights, obviously, by Chloe Gong. I'm so excited. I heard this is like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but it takes place in like the 1920s in Shanghai, so it's been intriguing me for so long, and I know it's kind of like a series that you could start, and it has other books that are companion to the series. I think it's very interesting, but I'm so excited to get into this. I really want to read a Chloe Gong book. So first physical book we have on our TBR is These Violent Delights. So the next 2, this emoji was funny, but I think you guys kind of got what it was because of the emoji I put with it. This is another raining book that we're putting in this TBR to see if you guys will choose it or not, and I've been saying I want to read this for so long, and every time I do, you guys are like, you just need to read it. You need to just see for yourself and read it, and I wanted to. It's intrigued me for so long, and I want to read it before this year ends, like so bad. The book on the left we have is a hawk and the sun sus emoji. And I put that one because every time I talk about this book, I say, I don't know what it's about. I don't understand what it's about. I read the back and I'm confused, but I'm intrigued, like really, really intrigued. So that's why I put that emoji. I just thought it was kind of funny. And then the one on the right is the race car and the white heart. So the one on the left was Flock by Kate Stewart. You guys have probably seen me talk about this book so much, and I haven't even read it, but I do say how much I want to read this. And I got so many replies to that story saying, Sarah, like, please, you need to read this one. Like, I know that's Flock and you have to get to it. So that's the one on the left, and then the one on the right is Collided by Lauren Asher. I just read Lauren Asher's new book, so I kind of want to read another one of hers, and I did start this series and I have not finished it. So I think this was also another book that was in a TBR video eventually, or the both of these were actually both in TBR videos at some point. But I put the little race car obviously because this is an F1 romance series, and then the white heart because it's a romance obviously. So I don't know, I decided to put these next to each other. So let's see which one won. The one on the left got 45% and the one on the right got 55%, which I'm sorry guys, it hurts me too that this one has lost. The one that won is Collided by Lauren Asher. So we're gonna try again to see if I can read this. I've been reading, like I said, Throne of Glass and all these fantasy books, and I read Lauren Asher's other book like Between the Throne of Glass series, and it actually really helped. It's kind of like a palate cleanser. So that's why I want to include like a romance or two this month, because I want to try to get some palate cleanser-y type of books when I'm reading more in-depth fantasy books. It just felt good reading a romance last month, so I want to include a couple, and this one has won. Second physical book on our list. Okay, next we have a superhero emoji and a little boom, and then on the right we have a crown and a smoke, which I don't know, that one, well, I'll explain. So the one on the left I think is very obvious because I did this with the second book in the series, and I did it in one of these videos, or maybe I did this one, I don't know. But the superhero kind of gives it away because there's only one superhero book I ever talk about, and that is part of the Renegades trilogy. This is the last and final book, and I think people, when they found out, or they were guessing that this was the book that was underneath these emojis, they were saying this is our favorite in the trilogy. Like, I need to read it, and I do want to complete the trilogy because I love it so much. I think it's so interesting, very entertaining. It's just like dystopian sci-fi, almost YA, but with superheroes, and it's so good, and I do want to finish this like really bad. But the one on the right with the crown and the smoke was Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This is the second and completed book in the One Dark Window duology, and this is obviously the second, but I put a crown because two twisted crowns, and I was gonna put just two crowns next to each other, but I felt like I needed to put a different emoji, so I put the little smoke emoji because like there's smoke and like mist in the background, and if you've read the first book, the mist and like that dark eerie part of the book is kind of a big prevalent part of the story and the plot. So I don't know, the smoke emoji kind of, I don't know, maybe that did not make sense. It made sense when I used it, but like seeing it, it was hard, I think, to try to figure out what book was underneath it. But these were the two books on this one, so let's see which one has won. Left got 32% and right got 68%, which I'm actually surprised about because I know a lot of people probably guessed that this was the book that was underneath the superhero, and I thought it was gonna win because I feel like you knew what it was, so maybe you wanted me to read it. I don't know, but I thought this one was gonna win, so I'm surprised that Two Twisted Crowns won, but I'm not disappointed because I really want to read this. I heard people that read the first one and loved it, loved this one even more. I did enjoy the first one. It's definitely like eerie gothic fantasy vibes, and I feel like it's perfect for this time of the year, this setting and this season. So if you haven't read the first one, I highly recommend. But this one is now on my TBR, and I'm really excited to see how this story ends because it was very interesting. Adding that to the pile. So I had a different book under the left emojis, but I switched up the emojis. I switched up the book last minute because I saw a TikTok of the book on the left. It's in a little bit of a series, and I saw a TikTok of the third one in the series and how good it was. They were like tabbing it and everything. I was like, okay, I kind of want to get into the series, and I have the first one, so I wanted to put that into this TBR little game. So on the left, it's a crown and a ring emoji, and then on the right is a basketball and a skyline. So I didn't know if anyone was gonna get the one on the right because I didn't put like any hearts or anything, which I'll talk about what it's about. But the one on the left with the crown and the ring is actually King of Wrath by Anna Huang, and I put the ring obviously because of this. Why did I put a crown? Oh, King. Duh. I saw King of Greed, I believe is the new one that just came out, and I saw so many TikToks of people like obsessing over it. And I did read Twisted Love by Anna Huang, and I just did not enjoy it. It's not a book that I liked, so I didn't continue that series. But I want to give her writing another chance because I know how many people love this series and the Twisted series, so I do want to try another like book by her. So again, I want to include another romance into my TBR this month just to put it in between the fantasies I've been reading. And then the one on the right with the basketball and the city skyline, I didn't know if you guys were gonna get because I didn't put a heart emoji like saying it's a romance, like it could have been anything, but every single person replying to this story was like, if that's the right move, like you have to read it immediately. Like I don't care what's on the left side, like read the right move. Every single person knew what it was, and I just said it, but it is the right move. I don't have it with me. I drew that little square myself, so there's nothing underneath there, but the right move by who writes the Windy City series? I don't know, but I'll put the screenshot up with the author obviously on the title. But I read Mile High and I did not like that book. I did not enjoy either character in it. I think the writing was good and like the storyline I guess was okay. okay, but the two of them, I just could not, I don't know, I just did not like it, so I didn't have that end. I just told myself I wasn't gonna read the series, and then I saw people reading the second one and they said it blows the first one out of the water. It's so good. Ryan Shea, I even know the guy's name. Ryan Shea's The Blueprint, like you have to read it and all of this. So it's been on my radar, but I never really picked it up or wanted to read it. But everyone that saw the basketball, I just knew it was the right move. And the third one just came out caught up, so I do want to maybe get into it. Let's see which one won. Wow, okay, the left got 54% and the right got 46%, which I'm so surprised because everyone said to read The Right Move. They just knew what it was, but it did not win. King of Wrath won, which I'm actually kind of excited because I want to read more of her books and I want to get into her books again and just really try to see if I'll enjoy it. So I'm gonna put this one on my TBR, but I do think that The Right Move will be on my radar if I want to get into another romance, because again, I just heard so many good things about it and everyone that's read it is like obsessed with it, so I think I need to read it eventually. And then last but certainly not least, everyone got what these two books were, because I think I did the emojis perfectly for these next two books. And like I said, I kind of want to get into more series, and I know I shouldn't because I'm in the middle of so many, but I don't know, getting into the Throne of Glass really immersed myself in a series, so I think I want to just try to get into other big series, and that's why I put these two next to each other. So the one on the left is a skyline again and then a bone emoji, and the one on the right is a zodiac, Gemini, and a school. If you couldn't guess it by that, the one on the left is City of Bones, which I think the emojis I chose were perfect. I saw all of the different ways you could read the series. There's a lot of different like orders that you could read the books, because it's the Mortal Instruments and then Shadow Hunters. I'm not too sure the name of the series, but there's like two series that combine with each other and you can read them in so many different ways. But the one that I saw, you read the first three of these and then you like continue with like, there's other books and ways to read it, but I know this is an older series. I know a lot of people read this kind of like in, when did this come out? 2015. So like middle school, high school time, a lot of people have read this, but I do want to read this. I think it's a YA series. I don't know too much of what it's about, honestly, like at all, but everyone has said to read this after I bought this, the first one. So that's the one on the left, and then the one on the right with the Zodiac, Gemini, and the school is the Zodiac Academy. So this is a huge series, and I think this one is fantasy mixed with like romance. I don't know, but I read the back and it said I'm a Gemini. That's the first thing it says, so I put the Gemini emoji and I'm a Gemini, so that intrigued me off the bat. And then the school, because Academy, I've heard some mixed reviews on this one if I'm gonna like it or not, because some people say there's a bully romance included and I don't love bully romance, but other people are obsessed with this series and they're very like connected to it, so I want to see what it's about. I want to just understand, or at least just try it out. So those are the two last books that we are going to be choosing from, or you guys will be picking for me. The left got 59% and the right got 41%, so that means that City of Bones has won, which I know is such a like loved series. I feel like if you read this in like middle school, it's almost like nostalgic, so I'm excited to see what this is about and just to try out this series and see if I like it or not. Those are the books that are on the TBR. I think we've chosen 7. These are the ones that have not won, but like last month there were books on the TBR that didn't win and I probably ended up reading, I'm not too sure, but the books that were on my TBR, I didn't even get to majority of them, so you never know what I'm gonna end up with next month in the November wrap-up. We shall see. These ones did not win, unfortunately, but maybe I'll read some of these. Again, it could happen, but these are the ones that have won for the month of November. I'm really excited about this. I feel like we have a good range of fantasy and romance, and we have some YA, some regular romances, and the fantasies, and fantasy romance, all the good stuff. So just to go over the books that have won, we have Iron Flame, we have Check and Mate, These Violent Delights, Collided, Two Twisted Crowns, King of Wrath, and City of Bones, which I feel like are pretty good range. Like I said, I'm excited about this TBR for the month. Thank you guys for participating. I know you guys love doing this every month. I love creating it. I love picking out the books that are going to go up against each other, picking out the emojis and seeing you guys get excited about it and just participating. So thank you guys so much if you guys did participate. Again, we will do it next month for December, so if you did not get to participate in the Instagram stories for this one, you can for next month. I usually post it at the end of the month. At the end of November, I'll post December, so just keep an eye out. Thank you guys again for participating, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Let me know if you read any of these books and have your thoughts. And don't forget, if you are shopping this holiday season or if you just want more jewelry, to check out Ana Luisa. The link is in the description for up to 30% off, which is really exciting. So again, thank you, and I will see you hopefully in the next one. Bye!